It's very expensive to get a customer. We know that. Acquisition costs are high, and there's a lot of stats. It costs 5 times more to get a new customer than it does to keep an existing one. That's an old stat. I think it probably costs 10 or 12 times more now to get a new one because the competition is so great. The cost of acquisition is so high in certain areas. So that customer has a value. And we talk about engagement, we talk about lifetime value, upsell, selling them everything. Well, what happens when they decide they want to leave? And for fickle reasons. I subscribe to a lot of newsletters. There are times in the day, the month, the week, my business cycles where I say, oh, geez, I have no time for this. Just get me off this list. I don't care. I don't want to see it anymore. Whereas other times in the year, I'm going, oh, I love this thing. I'm looking at it all the time. But it just hits you the wrong way. Like I have one newsletter that tells me about theater in Los Angeles. And I finally, and it comes every day. And so I finally said, oh, I'm getting 150 emails a day. I don't need this. I'll worry about it I'll go to their website when I want to look up theater because I'm not going to theater every day. So I unsubscribed. And I've unsubscribed to 100 different things. Anyone here not unsubscribe to things? You do all the time. And what happens? What do you see when you unsubscribe? We're going to miss you. You've now been unsubscribed. Unsubscribed successful. Pretty much what you got, right? Let's talk about the unsubscribe. Let's talk about what you can do. People respond to humor, to something that's a little bit different. We all know, other than the thank you, it's thanks for, it's unsubscribed successful, or they'll try to ask you why you've unsubscribed. How many of you have ever filled that out? Why? You have, okay. I haven't. I just unsubscribe, it says successful, click, I'm off the page. So, of course, you could do one of those. As you move the cursor off, it pops up and says, please tell us why you've left us. A pop-up would be more effective than just listing it there. You got to pop up and say, your unsubscribe has been successful. Come off the page. Please tell us why. Why did we lose you? What can we do? And then if I were writing that copy, I'd say, there's no doubt we're now going to have to go into therapy over this. So if perhaps you could give me a reason that you unsubscribed, it could make my therapy a little shorter. People will laugh. They'll engage. But I tried something a couple of times and tracked it. And this is what we did. On the unsubscribe page, I had in large type, with a little checkbox, something to the effect of, I'm very busy and under a lot of pressure right now. Please reduce me to just once a week. Okay? Then, below that, oops, my significant other has brought to my attention the fact that I am less than attentive, so therefore I must go to twice a month. And you'll notice it's in smaller type. It's a smaller box. My therapist has explained that more than once a month reading your newsletter could be damaging to my mental health, and I always listen to my therapist. And finally, this thing is dying. Nothing anyone says or does can keep me on this list. Please remove me. Parenthesis. Okay, you can check back with me in 6 months to see how I'm doing. And in small type. Any idea, because I've run the analytics on this with 2 different companies. The third didn't finish. What do you think the engagement is on this? What do you think you keep? Any idea? 40%. 4 to 10 people love this. They engage and they say, this is clever. I like this. This is a company I shouldn't be unsubscribing from. This is fun. They have a sense of humor. I like it. Okay. And even the 60% who left here telling me, I could check back with them in 6 months. Now, once you unsubscribe, you can't remail them, can you? They're gone forever. They've said stop. I don't accept that. I make the last choice. Get in touch with me in 6 months. Now, the little fine print that's down here in 2-point type says, if you would like to unsubscribe without being contacted again, please click here, and the here is, light gray, so I'm following all the rules. But I'm holding on to 40% of my customers who want to leave. And I'm re-engaging them. Now, I don't have the following stats. I'm going to find out with the next time I do this. But what I didn't get because of the engagement and the transitions on the companies was how many of them bought, how many of them re-engaged. I started to get that. We started to see more engagement. We started to see sales, but I don't have stats. So I'm not going to make up something. I have no idea. But I have 40%. Now, with one other company, I did an animation with a voiceover and really sort of jazzed it up, and the stats went up to almost 80%. And so in the engagement here, people overlook this. They just go, unsubscribe, successful, sorry to see you go, or once in a blue moon, thank you. Why not focus on this and say, if I am customer-centric, if I'm a sales organization, if I'm spending this kind of money to acquire a customer, why am I going to let them out the door through a hole in the floor? Why am I going to put it into a sieve and let all the sales and the customers fall out? Why aren't I going to plug this hole? Make sense? But you've never seen it, have you? Now you have. This is a technique you need to embrace. You can go farther. You can go with animations. You can go with voiceovers. You can go with a video that plays with an appeal, but do something that's witty and interactive and engaging and fun, and people will respect it, and they'll second guess their decision to leave. And if you can't, at least it says, hey, wink, wink, check with me in 6 months. The possibilities are limitless. The minute you start focusing on it and tracking it, the minute you start engaging yourself into this campaign. And, if you want to go outward to them and say, add another one and say, instead of unsubscribing from us, why not unsubscribe from, the Radical newsletter, or the Concrete Monthly that you get, or the secret subscription to Domino, to backgammon, today, or crossword puzzles, or make up some fun things. We're so much more important in your life and want to be part of it, and they're not doing anything to make you laugh. At least we are. You could go to those kinds of extremes. Because you're losing them anyway, you can test, you can do split tests, you can do games, you can do fun. I did one with an animation for a spy company that I was with, and this is where we hit 80%, but it died for a lot of other reasons. But I had a black silhouette constructed of a spy who comes out and erases it, and then a voiceover. And so we had fun with it. You can do these kinds of things. You can have fun with everything. I don't have stats on it because I didn't get it to run. But when you have animation, this goes up. When you have voiceover and videos, this can go up to 80%. So focus on that. The other is, what happens in a continuity program when someone wants to leave? Cancel my subscription. Not just unsubscribe, cancel my subscription. What do you think people do with that? Any ideas? They cancel their subscription, right? Yes? No? Yeah. Why in God's name would you cancel their subscription? The question is, do they want to cancel their subscription? Are they forced to? Are they feeling a certain pressure? Are they not using it? This is a customer on a continuity program. Every month you keep them. Every minute you increase the persistency is pure gold. It's pure profit. So if they say, cancel my subscription, oh no, alarm bells should ring. And you don't want to cancel their subscription. You want to put them into a save program. You know what they've spent. You know what they've bought. You know a lot about them. You've done appends. Now you appeal to them. And you can do it with humor. Wait, you can't cancel. I've got 3 kids to put through college. and they laugh. Or, no, you can't cancel. These are like magic beans. If you stop, the stock goes away. I mean, have some fun with it, depending on what you're selling. Please stay with us. I've just named my first born after you, and I don't want them growing up knowing that you left us. So you can have fun with these things. I can give you 100 more. The thing is, you say, look, tell you what, I'm going to make you an offer. Hopefully you won't refuse. And that is this. You have been on this you've been on this program for 6 months, and every month you get this package. Let me make the next month on me. So your reorder now is not for next month, it's for the month after. This month's on me. Stay with us. Show me that you're staying with us. I'm going to charge you today for the following month. This month is my treat. So what have you done? You've given them 1 bottle of pills for free, and they've already paid for the following month. So what are the chances that 3 months from now they're going to want to cancel again, or forget, or go past 2 more months and let it be I already got it, I forgot, I meant to cancel. And if they do cancel again, now at the second level, you re-engage them at a higher level and keep offering them more. Now some will clue into, I should just keep canceling. I keep getting any more. I keep getting some. So that's the re-engagement you want to do. If somebody wants to cancel a subscription, you want to stay with them. If they want to unsubscribe, you go with this, with all the humor that was in there, and still tie in the 6 months so you have them back. You have another shot at them because things change. I may not be in the same place I am today 6 months from now, so when that theater newsletter comes to me, I'm going to go, you know what? I forgot all about it. Yeah, I love this. I'm glad to see it again. Oh, what's playing? And that never would have happened had we not put that clause in. So it's great to spend all your time on the front end funnels and how the offers and the bundling, but the reality of the world we live in is you have unsubscribes and you have cancellations, and nobody is paying attention to those. You have to engage on those. Here's another thing. A company came to me. I was referred to it. I did a podcast for someone. You've done it too, Mark Anthony, for Brad. And we're talking about, I'm looking for an executive assistant. He says, I have a headhunter you have to go to. He charges this, it's $3,500, and he'll find you when he guarantees it, blah, blah, blah. I said, great. So I pay the $3,500, and then it says, and there's an optional thing we're going to put you in. It's $95 a month, and it's training for your person and community for them, and blah, 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 blah. And I said, no, thank you, and opted out. And most people do. So I got to be somewhat friendly with the guy who's running the company, and he's struggling entrepreneur. He probably does 150, 200 placements a year at $3,500 each. But, he has commissions to the salespeople and his management team, and they do checks. And he said, what can I do? I said, $3,500 is a ridiculously low price for a headhunter. I'm going to hire someone, and you're charging me $3,500 for this person, for an assistant. I said, what you do is you say it's $3,500 up front, and it's $95 a month, period, for as long as they work for you. That's it. That's my fee. I said, if you did that with the, I don't know what he's done. I don't remember, 450, call it 400. With the 400 placements he's done, he'd have $40,000 a month, basically, a little, 95, I'm going to 100, rounding it off, and it's $500,000 a year. And it would keep growing and growing and growing, and now he's moving to that policy. So look at how you can do that, how you can create continuities, how you can have a fallback to continuity, how you can do saves on subscriptions. I did this 3 or 4 years ago for the first time and was blown away by the results. And it's so simple and so easy and so logical to do. The problem is everyone is focused on the front end. You got to look at the back end too. If you have a hole and people are falling through it, plug the hole, and this does. And what I guarantee you is, as you start tracking the sales and engagement from this, you're going to see it. You're going to see it click in, and these become some of your best customers. So you gotta look at that side of it. Any questions on this?